Today's America's Cup racing is brought to you by Emirates.
Sailing's greatest prize is up for grabs.
Up there taking a moment. Hey! 3, 2, 1. Yep, go.
To compete for the America's Cup, you must first win the PRADA Cup. It's winner takes all. Auckland, New Zealand is the battleground. Heroes will be made. History will be written.
The trophy belongs to New Zealand.
3 teams representing 3 nations of the same aim. Be the first to etch their name in that brand new silver. Rossa Prada Pirelli, the powerhouse Italians, return with their 6th attempt at victory.
So now it's time to really push.
The New York Yacht Club, they held the cup for 132 years straight. After a 20-year absence, they're back with American magic.
I think as a team, we're happy that Patriots in the hunt.
Returning to the club that started it all in 1851. Ineos Team UK represent Great Britain's Royal Yacht Squadron. Their mantra, bring the cup back home and complete a 170-year-old mission.
Don't go into the America's Cup unless you think you can win it, or you're there to try and win it.
Lying in wait, the defender, Emirates Team New Zealand, the only team guaranteed a place in the final. Ahead, 5 weeks of one-on-one racing. One team will prevail. One team will win the PRADA Cup trophy.
Tēnā koutou katoa. Hello everyone and welcome to Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, New Zealand, home of the 36th America's Cup. Today is the opening day of the Challenger Series, the PRADA Cup, the gateway to sailing's biggest show, the America's Cup match against Emirates Team New Zealand. For the 3 challengers, the competition is ramped up and things are getting very real. The PRADA Cup starts with 4 round robins. That's 12 races in total. The challenger with the highest number of points at the end goes directly to the PRADA Cup final. Each win is worth 1 point. The remaining 2 teams will battle it out in the semi-final for that final spot.
Well, the first day of the PRADA Cup is being raced on Course C, the stadium course, right outside Auckland Harbour. The boats entering the starting area at 2 minutes and 10 seconds before the start, and then literally fly around an upwind, downwind 1.8-mile racetrack with super narrow course boundaries. This certainly keeps the tactics and maneuvers fast and furious. And in this first race, the boats will go 3 laps around with a downwind finish and a 12-knot southerly breeze.
Out of the blocks first, it's the originals, the New York Yacht Club's American Magic against the Royal Yacht Squadron's Ineos Team UK.
Start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, beyond. My pitch.
And it's on. PRADA Cup, Race 1, American Magic against Ineos Team UK, and they are both away clean.
The most important drag race of Ineos's young career here so far. Are they competitive in this wind strength? We're going to find out pretty quick.
But American Magic seemed to have this high edge, just really pushing and pushing Ineos, and eventually they had to tag.
One telltale sign here is Ineos is actually, they've struggled to get up and going in the light air, and they've been sailing with bigger jibs all the time because of that. Today, they actually, for the first time we've seen, they have a smaller jib up than their competitor. I find that really, I find that a good sign for them.
Copy that.
It looks like Ineos is going quite quick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they
clearly made an effort in the pre-start to not engage, to keep that wide right position to windward, and maybe they're wanting to protect the right-hand side of the course, but right now they are going fast and high.
Well, this might become as a surprise maybe to some people watching around the world, but I wonder what the chat is like on American Magic right now.
Thanks, Lappy.
You're going to pick up good left-hand pressure here.
I will. Okay, crossing it by 5. Basically on. Working yourself.
Surprised they didn't go further, all the way to ley line there, Nathan.
I think they must have got to that boundary a bit earlier than they wanted to. If American Magic can get to the boundary and make the top in one, they're going to save attack, and they're going to have split tacks at the top and starboard advantage.
And how about this, Ineos Team UK fans? Ineos Team UK on the first of 6 legs will round the top gate first, followed closely behind by American Magic. If anyone thought Ineos was going to have trouble, think again. It truly is game on in the PRADA Cup. Let's just go on board Ineos Team UK.
Nice. Okay, nice there. Pressure looks good here, Giles. Left shift. Yeah. Try and get it ripping a bit here, Giles. Easy a touch a bit.
They are cranking it close to 40 knots, Ineos Team UK, and look at the advantage they have on American Magic.
Not only is Ineos started well, held their lanes, but they actually used the breeze better, and particularly on this downwind run, they've had better pressure this whole run, and they're extending.
39 knots, 2 or 1 board roundup.
They'll jibe around that and head up for leg number 3 against American Magic. And right now, as we head to the halfway point of this opening race in the PRADA Cup, they look strong.
We've really got to work on those, I think, to the boundary. Yeah. Nice there.
And a terrible bottom mark rounding by American Magic. Looked like a big touchdown and leeway skid. We heard Ben Ainsley talk about their bottom mark rounding of a leeway skid, but American Magic has worked.
One word comes to mind when you see a little moment like that in a big race like this: pressure.
Good pressure, nice.
Back to the middle of the race course for Ineos. Really smooth maneuvers so far, don't they? With the tacks and jives, nothing in it for the way I see it right now.
Shirley, you've got a close-up view of how Ineos Team UK are faring right now.
It looks a different boat to what we're used to seeing, doesn't it, Stephen? I mean, they're that confident. As Nathan said, they've been sailing their own race here. They've just been, you can see the big puffs of breeze dropping, and they're just sailing into the puffs, joining them together, and eventually getting to this top right-hand corner where it is so breezy.
I still think it's a huge sign that they have a smaller jib on than their competitor. We just literally haven't seen that. They've struggled. They've really worked to have to create power. And obviously, something has changed dramatically that they get to switch down.
We'll have a look at their foils here. Remember in December they were red, and now their foils they're black. So surely that's not just a paint job change. Surely they've done a little bit more than just getting out the black spray paint and saying, well, this should make us go quicker.
Ready? 2, 1, 4 down. Bit liner out of this. Copy. Yeah, good. Easy on trim just for a sec. Yep. Coming on. Good on flat now. My wheel. Yeah, you got it. Main on. Okay. Coming away. 3, 2, 1. Coming down. Easy. My wheel. Your wheel. Okay.
Halfway through the opening race in the PRADA Cup 2021 between Ineos Team UK and American Magic. Remember, at the end of leg 2, the gap was 19 seconds.
This is a struggle getting worse right now for the Americans. Another tack.
American Magic finally get around and complete leg number 3, but the gap to Ineos Team UK has blown out to 47 seconds.
I'm sorry, guys, but is anyone else thinking they've been sandbagging until today?
You went there.
But check it out. It's unbelievable what we're seeing here. We've been talking all summer, all Christmas about what is going on here? You know, we've been saying, how are they so far behind? And then they're just coming out and just being dominant. Like, where did this come from?
Shirley, does this come as any surprise to you?
Not really. I mean, this is the game, Stephen, isn't it? Every day, just move it forward, and I think there'll be more to come. Not just from this team, but all of them. And they have, you know, some of the best technicians and smarts in the business, every team. And so, in 3.5 weeks, they can achieve a lot, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now.
They're just playing their own race course here too, Nathan. They're very clearly. They're connecting the dots on this race course, which are the dark patches, as good as you can.
Okay, for this bear, 3, 2, 1. Bow down. Nice. Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. My wheel. I've got it. Okay.
And that is the last running of the gate as they head on the homeward leg. Ineos Team UK, Britannia is on the homeward run, and the yacht you can see in front of you is American Magic, yet to complete the 5th leg. Yes, Nathan suggests that was sandbagging, but this is a great story.
I'm not going with that. I'd just like to go on record right now. I am not of the sandbag mentality, but there's no way anybody has the guts to sandbag like that. That would be world-class sandbagging if that's what they were doing.
Just looking at the overhead shot, it's so clear. More pressure on one side than the other, and they've never even crossed the center of the course. That's how obvious it is.
Yeah.
Sticking to their game plan and sailing tactically really well.
Yeah, it's good. Finishing here, boys. Let's do a racing turn up to finish.
They couldn't buy a win in the World Series pre-Christmas 2020. Ineos Team UK win PRADA Cup Race 1 and get the first points on the board.
2, 1, course. That's a better one. Okay, awesome job, guys. Well done, guys. Nice work, guys. Nice.
Unbelievable. And it gives you an idea of the development of these boats and how quickly you can go from 0 to hero. And hey, now they got to do it all over again.
And the win by 1 minute and 20 seconds goes to Team Ineos UK. On the helm, Ben Ainsley. Ben, how good does that feel?
Oh, it feels a little bit better than 6 losses or whatever it was. So, yeah, we left it a little bit late, but managed to find the pace when it counts on time in this breeze.
Ben, congratulations. First points on the board, the PRADA Cup. Great to see that smile. Congrats to you and the team.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go now to American Magic. Dean, 1 minute and 20 seconds behind. Can you tell us what went on out there?
Yeah, you know, we're sort of looking for a couple of opportunities. You know, there's certainly areas straight away where we know we could have probably done a better job keeping it close and looking for another opportunity. But, you know, you have to definitely give it to the Ineos guys today in that race. They sailed a very clean race and, you know, really, you know, shut down all the sort of the leverage that that we sort of needed. So, yeah, it's, you know, early days, it's one race, and you know, we're obviously, you know, would have much preferred to have come out with a win, but at the same time, it's a long series, and we've got to just keep improving.
Dean, as always, thanks for your time. We look forward to seeing you on the water again tomorrow against Rossa.
Yeah, cheers.
So a great result for Ineos Team UK. They collect first points and are about to get a shot at a second. After the break, it's Ineos Team UK against the challenger of record, Rossa PRADA Pirelli team. So day one starts with an upset. Ineos Team UK beating American Magic. Can they make it 2 out of 2 and topple the challenger of record, Rossa PRADA Pirelli? This is what we've been looking forward to. 2 guys, Nathan, or 3 helmsmen, that love to put their elbows out.
So Rossa going to go around Tallulah here, and they're thinking an easy hook. But, man, that was a great tack by Ineos. This is a lot more combative than the last race.
This is all about time and distance for Ineos right now. Are they on time for the line? If they are, they're in a dominant position. If they're not, they're a little bit vulnerable.
Under 30 seconds to start of race 2, round robin 1 of the PRADA Cup. You can see the clock 20 seconds and counting to go.
Yeah, Prada is way late at this stage. Totally in control. Looks like a left-hand shift and in control by Ineos. Perfect timing to put themselves in this position and lead back.
A little further. 3, 2, 1, forward down.
And they're away in race number 2 of the PRADA Cup. And Ineos once again in a good position.
That's a high mode already.
Holy, look at how much higher they're sailing off this camera. They are not just going faster. They've got better height, and they've forced Luna Rossa to tack already to the unfaded side. So, wow, that's impressive. It's very impressive. It's windier on the right. You can see Luna Rossa going to the left. It's lighter on the screen over there. It's definitely less wind where Luna Rossa are heading.
So if we can hold that shot for a second, this is really light air. It looks to me on the water, much lighter breeze in that area. You can see a puff from the upper left-hand side of the race course, but for the most part, this is still a right dominant race course as we see from the helicopter.
Shirley Robinson on water for us, double Olympic gold medalist. If you're going to do it right, you might as well do it 2 times in a row.
Ben Ainsley bossed that start, didn't he? I mean, that was textbook. What a great start to this race. And has now control of the right-hand side. It's a good 3 or 4 knots windier. It's white horses over here, and it's flat to the left. So it's just going to get better and better. They're going to get richer and richer.
2, 1, 4 down. That's course. Copy. Okay, 3.
Top gate for the first time, and once again for the second race in a row, it is Ineos Team UK leading on the downwind leg of 6. Let's check on the gap to Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli.
2, 1, bending away. Yep, full clear.
And the clock stops at 15 seconds, so a similar margin to that they had on American Magic.
But not a great bearaway there with Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli. We see them touch down. We lost that picture, but both boats are heading to this boundary. Both boats are trying to go to this right-hand side of the course once again. But look at that lead, already 300 metres.
Some 40 knots being travelled by Ineos Team UK at the moment. If you want to know what that is in different speeds, that's around 46 miles an hour or 74 kilometres an hour, whatever country you use those numbers for. That's pretty quick on the water.
Put your head out the window in a rainstorm on the way home, Stephen, in your car, and you'll have a pretty good feel for what these guys are going through.
Turning up here. 2, 1, up all the way into a
Ineos Team UK round the bottom gate for the first time. They were 15 seconds ahead of Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli at the top gate. What will it be at the bottom gate? Well, I think we can assume it comfortably if they've stretched their lead on the downwind leg.
Turning up. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Turning up.
.22 seconds, so they've added 7 seconds on the downwind leg.
No higher than this.
Luna Rossa is not making the error we talked about before. They're keeping it close and they're waiting for their spot. So let's not give the British boat this race right now. They're actually sailing quite smart and obviously plenty fast on Luna Rossa right now.
Approaching the top gate for the second time. The gap was 22 seconds at the bottom gate. Ineos Team UK complete 3 legs of this second race in round robin 1. It was 22 seconds at the bottom gate. What will it be here? Have they made that small gain, Luna Rossa Prada Pirelli, that Jimmy Spittle suggested?
All the way, Keiko. Copy. No issue at the mark. Copy, yeah.
They've lost a second. They've lost 1 second on the upward leg.
They're struggling a little bit getting around these marks, though, aren't they, Nathan? That's what they talked about during the practice racing the other day. Yeah, there they are. They're struggling with control going around that weather mark. It looks like something might be really wrong this time.
To me, it looked like what they ended up doing there is they had to ease a bit of main sheet during the bearaway, And once they got through the power zone, it was really slow to come back on. So the hull touches down, it's in the water. And that's why you see Giles Scott always tacking, sailing 10 seconds and bearing away. If you're trying to do a tack into a bear away, it's way harder of a maneuver than to tack, build, bear away. And Giles is sailing a really good course geometry race, and the boat behind, they're not finding any opportunities to get back into it. Not laying the bottom gate, so probably another gypy by the looks of it. Could be a big gain for PRADA.
Turning up in 3, in 2, 1. Hang on.
Ineos Team UK around the bottom gate for the second time. It's the completion of leg number 4. At the top gate, they were 23 seconds ahead. Have PRADA made any gains? Or have Ineos Team UK lengthened out? Here come Rossa, PRADA Pirelli to complete the 4th leg. And it's still 23 seconds, so no gains.
This is a pretty big split. I guess if you're going to be looking for something to wing it here a little bit, this is a big split. Chance at a game, but we haven't seen a left-hand shift all day, but it's a chance.
Yeah, look at the timings on those gates, nothing in it. And right now, Kenny, the moment you've got to start hanging it out there. You've got to start getting some leverage. You've got, you've been following them the whole way around, and they're not making errors. They're tacking, they're jibing well, their lay lines are good, the course geometry is going really well for them. So you've got to do something different. Even if you think it's the wrong thing to do, you've got to start doing something different so that you can actually get some meters back and force the situation.
If Ineos Team UK get 2 points on day 1, the whole dynamic changes. Everybody's thoughts processes changes about the PRADA Cup.
I called it. No, I didn't. I can't even.
No one called this. Don't even.
Well, actually, someone did. Someone did call this today, and that was Shirley Robinson.
She did.
She did.
Shirley, did you really
Shirley?
call this? Did you call this today? Be honest.
I did call this.
You did?
And I think there is evidence. Yeah, I mean, I guess I've seen Ben Ainsley come back time and time again. You know, he can turn it on, and I guess I have a glimpse of how hard the team have been working, and just seen some hope in the team as well, that they had solved at least some of their speed issues.
Final leg for Ineos Team UK. There has been a gain made, though, by Rossa PRADA Pirelli. But for the second race in a row, they lead the race home. Well, they've cut 10 seconds out of the lead.
They got a little bit on the right-hand side a couple times, sailed patiently, stayed on the right-hand side of the race course, and now they got a split. But, oh, look how light it is in that upper left-hand corner, Nathan.
Well, that was the mistake American Magic made twice in the first race. That left-hand mark just looks like it's sailing you into less pressure. And so every time you go over there, you're just committing yourself to a loss. So,
Nathan, they're maneuvers that we've just never seen them this smooth. Something has drastically changed under the water to make these maneuvers so smooth, whether it's the software being used to trim the flaps, whether it's the actual foil shapes themselves. Incredible.
Ineos Team UK have the perfect start to the Challenger Series. They are 2 from 2 and 2 points and go to the top of the standings. What a way to start this Challenger Series.
Yeah, we'll just stay high.
So, Ben, the big thing that stood out for us was how smooth the boat is going. Is this a whole makeover, or are these just small bits and pieces?
The whole boat, frankly, has had a makeover. As you know, we can't do a huge amount to the hull of the boat, but pretty much every other component on the boat, be that the rig and sails, the rudder, the elevator, the foils, the systems, how we control the boat, we pretty much changed everything. And again, that's credit to the designers and the engineers and the shore team. Those are the guys who work around the clock to make that happen. So we're glad that we were able to do them credit out here on the water.
So let's go across now to Rossa PRADA Pirelli. Jimmy Spittle is waiting to have a wee chat. You tried hard, but just couldn't drag him down, Jimmy.
No, we couldn't. They sailed very, very well today, and full credit to the Ineos team. They looked very, very sharp. So, I mean, early on in the race, we obviously we went into damage control, just trying to keep it close and just wait for something to open up. Unfortunately, the way the course kind of set up, there wasn't really too many opportunities out on the left-hand side, so they rightly so protected the right. You know, we tried a couple of things up near the top, but yeah, just couldn't find a way around them. But yeah, again, full credit. They sailed very, very well in front then.
So 2 races down, and Ineos Team UK are 2 points up. They couldn't buy a win in the World Series, but this is a new year, a new regatta, and they are determined to end 170 years of hurt. The lesson of the day: don't write anyone off. This is a 3-boat race, and we'll be back tomorrow with plenty more action.
Today's America's Cup Racing is brought to you by North Sails.